All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming tonight. It's part 2, chemistry of essential oils. It's been a while since, I feel like it's been a while since we've done a Monday night wellness call. My husband and I, Jeremy, and our 3 little kids, just did an 18-day road trip cross country. And it feels like we've been gone for months. I swear that road trip just aged us, just being in the car. Oh my gosh. It was like the best of times and also the worst of times. No regrets. It was wonderful. But we're finally here settled in Idaho, and I'm excited to get our next round of summer calls going, and we're kicking it off with chemistry of essential oils part 2. If you missed part 1, you're going to want to find that. Go to YouTube, and our channel is Apex Living. And that was again with Missy and David, who I'll introduce next. But in that call, they talked about what are essential oils. They went into essential oils versus pharmaceuticals, some interesting hospital stats there, went into steam distillation, which we'll quickly cover again tonight. But some really great solid information. Doesn't matter if you're a brand new oiler and you know absolutely nothing, you don't know the difference between an essential oil or a fatty oil, or if you're a 10-year oiler like me and you just want to understand them better and get on that deeper level. The chemistry classes is where it's at. Me and Missy were talking earlier, and I just was like, I think I love chemistry so much because it just points back to the intentional design and the creator. And your love for oils, your understanding for oils will grow so much deeper when you get those answers of how it works. How do they work? Why are they so effective? And of course, quality matters the most too. So this is our sweet couple who's joining us again tonight, Missy and David Gehrig. I asked them to send me a picture of them, and then I just decided to insert myself in the photo. This is not all, but most of our care group from, when was that? Oh my gosh, is that April?
April. Mid-April.
Mm-hmm. Okay, in Folsom, Louisiana. They came down from Texas and did a whole care intensive weekend, 25 hours. We did chemistry, we did VitaFlex, we did raindrop technique, and we did emotional release and laying on of hands and anointing, and it was amazing. Missy and David are now, they're certified care instructors, which is a huge deal. 164 hours of work and study completed. They're not done. I feel like they're just getting started. If you have no clue what CARE is, I just put the website at the bottom there so you can go look into that. But that is the Center for Aromatherapy Research and Education, which is really the best training I think that you can possibly get out there as far as learning essential oils. So check that out. They have these intensive happening all the time, all over. And even though I've been using Young Living for 10 years, I felt like in a lot of ways I was like brand new, just learning so much. So with that being said, y'all take over, and whenever you're finished, I'll close it out for us.
Okay. So we're going to talk about steam distillation. We can see how much product it takes to make just a pound of essential oil, which is a huge, huge load that Young Living has decided to carry for us. So when people start bringing up the financial edge, yeah, that's not a good topic for me. Somebody did that after their raindrop last week, and they got a really good text afterwards about all the reasons why another company cannot hold the same place as Young Living in their wellness, in their therapy program. So we can see that they're talking about a low pressure or the best process to get the therapeutic effect. Now, let's remember that we can talk about things as care instructors that no longer apply to just a brand partner. Okay, so this is the reason, because in Young Living, to modify to meet FDA requirements, we no longer see therapeutic on our newest labels. That doesn't mean they've changed. They just are making commitments to the FDA that affect that label. Okay, so every single oil is distilled exactly how it needs to be for that plant and that oil to have all of its components, constituents is what we call them, in the oil to maintain the therapeutic effect. There are first, second, third, and fourth in order to get into a lesser cost and use in the perfume industry or in the food industry. You're going to see them make these mistakes in how they handle the product. Young Living only uses the first distillation. The whole constituent base needed for therapeutic is in that first distillation. Everything after that cannot be therapeutic in value, but they do smell sweeter. So there's a proper and a very important level of distillation, and they test every single component or constituent after we're done. If it's not right, it doesn't come out on the market. We don't get to buy it, and it doesn't go anywhere else. Young Living may use it as a pest control or their weeds or whatever, but they do not sell it on the market. Other companies distill with propylene glycol, which is actually antifreeze and will kill an animal by killing off the kidneys. And it would actually kill you if you drank it. So let's not do that. And it's a very common source. There's also other components that they would use, but that's a very common one. We are considered one of the safest, if not the only safest. Other people will say different things. We are the safest to ingest. And you may find another brand, as my friend tried, but you're going to use more of the product to get the same effect in your diffuser, but you'll never get the same therapeutic effect from another oil. So looking at potency, and this is very, very important. It's a very tiny structure. One drop contains 50 million trillion molecules. It's a lot of zeros. The body has 100 trillion cells. So one drop of essential oil contains enough molecules to cover every cell in the body 40,000 times. So since most cells only have a few thousand receptors, this is very effective. One drop is enough. You may not want just one drop, as I just used my Ocotillo twice. So, I mean, it only takes one molecule of the right kind to open a receptor site and communicate with the DNA to alter the cellular function. That is why even inhaling a small amount of oil vapor can have profound effects on the body, brain, and emotions. And this is why we want the very, very best.
This slide is about testing. It says gas chromatography.
Wait, David, it's a little bit hard to hear you. I hear you, it's just a little quieter.
Let me just talk a little louder. This slide is about testing, Young Living's testing. The gas chromatograph is the instrument they use. It analyzes all the constituents in the oils. Through Gary's wisdom and experience and his research team, they determined that the appropriate column length for a gas chromatograph needed to be about 50 to 60 meters in length. However, most labs in the United States only use a 30-meter column. Young Living has this instrument, and it's calibrated to the same machine in France. It is the only calibrated machine in the United States. They test each batch of oils to ensure that every batch has the full amount of constituents and therapeutic abilities. If it doesn't meet the standard, then it's not sold. Next slide.
So this is about use. Now let's go back. If one drop is enough to cover your cells 40,000 times, okay, then you've got enough army in a small bottle of oil to go through several battles. But if you're dealing with something like a sinus infection or something like we've got bee toxin, snake venom, spider poison, all of the cancer cells, if you're trying to oxygenate the brain in case of a massive head injury, which not too long ago we had a member have to deal with that, those require a more in-depth use of your essential oils. So a long time ago, I learned to use my oils for 90 minutes, 15 minutes at a time. Every 15 minutes, I would apply again. Okay, so for 90 minutes. So anytime you're seeking to find a way out of an issue, you're going to have to use your oils. And sometimes your members will say, well, I tried, but it didn't work. That's when you step in and say, how many drops did you use? How often did you use it? Because that's going to be critical to their success rate. Okay. Now, if you're just trying to trip a few receptors and wake up your body, this is better illustrated by using peppermint. One drop is plenty to wake up your body. Okay. It's a full on effect. So when I first started, I would get to the grocery store and I would put a drop in my palm and I'd wake up the molecules and I do, and you don't want to be too close to your nose when you do this. I do a little inhalation. You're going to wake up really, really well, but you don't have to do it very often. Now, the experience here down at the bottom is if you lather it on like lotion, you may not wake up. Okay. But if you sniff the bottle a couple of times, you'll stay up all night. Now, nobody wants to stay up all night. So you've got to learn how to use them so that they're effective for you. But if you know how strong they are from classes like this, then you can adjust your usage.
Yes, and everybody's different. Right?
Yep. So where do you apply your oils? You could put them anywhere. This is a graph that we use a lot. I want to point out that Ditone is a very old name for DiGize. Okay. So this is old, but it's really, really good at teaching you where things are. So for instance, we have the brain in the big toe. It's actually on each toe, the big toe. The brain can be changed, modified, encouraged through the big toe. So in this case, you could apply to the big toe if you have a headache.
Right. So these are the VitaFlex points on the feet that correspond to every organ in the body.
Okay. Now, if you're dealing, this is a down at the bottom, this is talking about sinus. You want to generally topically apply close to the area. And normally we say within 2 inches of the area, but you may not be able to access the area. In my case, I have a damaged back and I can't always access that, but I can access it through my hands or my feet. Now we've got the sinus down here. We've got the base of the neck and the chest. Those are 2 application points. And down there, the base of the 3 middle toes, go back up to the chart, you'll see that those are areas for your oxygenation, right? Your actual sinus areas. And then we have sinus cavities. Of course, if we're talking about the sinus cavities on the face, we're going to use something like frankincense or lavender.
I'm going to try my microphone and see if my microphone does better.
Yeah, I can hear Missy super clear and then you sound just like far away.
Okay. Nope.
That was better without the echo, yes.
How about now?
Perfect.
Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay.
Okay.
That did not work.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about bioelectric frequencies. And I know those are big words and they tend to scare people off.
Wait, you're back far away again. Wait, we can't hear you again.
We're just talking about so many cycles per second, right?
Hold on, David.
So, you know, there's radio frequencies, there's light frequencies.
Hold on. Can y'all-
Sound frequencies, everything has frequency, right? You look at the top of this chart, it says the human brain is between 72 and 90 hertz. The human body vibrates between 62 and 78 hertz. And we all know about, you know, electricity in the United States. We use 60 hertz electricity. So we're all familiar with how frequency is, whether we're familiar with big words or not. You know, even like a quartz watch, I think, is 32 kilohertz frequency, and that's how the vibration of the quartz crystal makes the watch work. So look at the little chart on the right. It says disease in humans by frequency, by hertz. Frequency in hertz is the unit of frequency. So colds and flus start at 57 to 60 hertz. And what that's saying is if your body is at a low frequency, you're more susceptible to colds and flu. Disease starts down around 58 hertz. Candida overgrowth starts around 55 hertz. If you're receptive to Epstein-Barr, your body frequency will be down around 52 hertz. You get more receptive to cancer when your body is about 42 hertz. And then you see death begins at 25 hertz. So, you know, the way God has designed us is we want to operate at a high frequency, right? High frequency, good attitude, good vibes, as people would say. And the lower frequencies can even cause illness and sickness. These are the top row is some of the foods that we eat, and start on the right, like fresh herbs, 20 to 27 hertz frequency. All plants have frequency. Dry herbs, 12 to 22. Fresh produce, 15 hertz. Now look at processed food, canned foods, processed foods, sodas, 0 hertz, y'all. It's nothing but toxic to your body. It lowers your body frequency. It contributes to disease and sickness. So want to avoid processed foods if at all possible. Then look at the oils underneath. This is where we are using our oils to elevate our frequency, to lift our frequency. Melrose, 42 hertz, peppermint, 78 hertz, lavender, 118 hertz, frankincense, 147 hertz, and then rose at 320 hertz. I think there's even been some studies, Idaho blue spruce has hit like 500 hertz. This is how we use the essential oils to raise our frequency, good vibes, so to speak. And it'll build your immune system. It prevents sickness. It prevents disease. I'll just read the last part. Clinical research. Would you back up one, please? Sorry. Clinical research shows that essential oils have the highest frequency of any natural substance known to man, creating an environment in which disease, bacteria, virus, fungus, etc., cannot live.
So when we start talking in that fashion, right, we start to clearly understand the difference in a man-made product that your doctor writes something down for, right? And what we're trying to do. It's just a God-given thing here. So essential oils are the most powerful antioxidants, and this has been determined by an ORAC test developed in Tufts University. ORAC is the oxygen radical absorption capacity. It's the capacity to absorb oxygen, non-oxygen, non-life, okay? Antioxidants help clear the body of free radicals from sun, toxins, alcohol, processed foods. It goes on and on. All the things you clean your house with, they're fighting against. So I just posted, it's my birthday. So I said, hey, everybody, if I could change one thing, the thing I would change is what you're cleaning your house with. That's it. That's what it's. So, you know, make my birthday month a great month. Come, you know, because literally that's enough. If I could change that, I could start to help you. So free radicals mutate the DNA and contribute to cancer in the body. So if we know that, then we can backtrack. The thing that most people are feared of is cancer, right? But let's talk about Alzheimer's. Let's talk about autism. Let's blow that circuit all the way open. Then we look over to the left. We've got the antioxidant capacity in clove. It's huge. It's huge. So just changing one oil you use every day. I know people who put clove in their coffee. Please try to use a cool, like not the hottest coffee on God's green earth, because you're going to damage the ORAC value of your essential oil. That's what you're going to damage. We've got myrrh, we've got citronella, which right now everybody should be like, hey, everybody, all on my teams, you need to be buying citronella. I mean, like that should be like, but we don't even have to talk about the essential oil ORAC value, because right now they're all thinking about mosquitoes. But imagine what you could do with 312,000 antioxidants per cell of your body. That's huge. So we could go down that. We no longer carry rosewood. This is a very old, it is still considered an endangered species. Yes, it is. It is being grown, but it is not being sold, okay, by reputable Young Living, okay. So rosewood was once in our beloved Valor. So we can see the food antioxidant, but what I wanted you to notice is the wolfberry has an ORAC value of 25,300. So if you want to talk about fighting, fight well. Start with Ningxia Red. When I membered, I got my box, my oils, and I got my Ningxia Red. So here we're going to talk about phenylpropanoids. Can you see the baby? He's over here licking, he's licking deeper leaf off my back. Okay. So he's an oil baby. Okay. So phenylpropanoids clean the receptor sites, allowing proper transfer of hormones, peptides, neurotransmitters, steroids, and other intracellular messages. So we've got tons of work here in the intracellular levels, and you can look through, and obviously clove is an awesome choice here. I would like to say to everyone to go get a raindrop or come and learn how to get a raindrop or give one, because here is basil, oregano, and peppermint. You'll find them all in a raindrop. It's amazing. So phenylpropanoids are the pressure washers. Like they come through and they clean off the receptor sites. Okay, so we're going to start off with oregano and thyme, which isn't noticed on here. And basically it's cleaning off every receptor site. Now, when you're talking just about the nervous system, one nervous system receptor site connects to another receptor, and they have a communication. If it's all clogged up and nasty with toxins, the communication can be faulty. So we want to clean that up, okay? Phenylpropanoids are compounds of carbon ring molecules incorporating one isopropene unit. They are called hematerpenes, and that is the little diagram you see there.
Yeah, so it's not by accident that the first two walls.
Oh, wait, we can't hear you, David. Wait, still can't hear you. Say that all again. Nope. I can't.
Sesquiterpene molecules deliver oxygen to the cells like hemoglobin does in the blood. Sesquiterpenes can also erase or deprogram miswritten codes in cellular memory. Sesquiterpenes are thought to be especially effective in fighting cancer. The oils with the highest sesquiterpene values: cedarwood, 98%, black pepper, ginger, and frankincense.
Okay, so now let's continue. This is so funny because we call this PMS in our classes. Okay, phenylpropanoids, sesquiterpenes, monoterpenes. Monoterpenes can reprogram miswritten information in the cellular memory. Okay, so now we've had the power washers, right? Right. And then we've had some great sesquiterpenes, which are going to go and help it bounce out everything that's bad, right? And move everything out that's bad. And now we've got the monoterpenes coming in to bring in all the good information, the correct information. A specific oil may have one or two of these and 3 classes of compounds as a predominant chemistry. Some contain all 3 types. We call those captains. So those are really great. We love the captains. That's a whole nother discussion. So look at lavender over here. It's a 44%. Okay. Angelica, which is 73%, peppermint, which is 45%, and frankincense, which is 40%. So monoterpenes are compounds of 2 isopropene units and have the molecular formula of C10H16. Now, a beautiful thing when you have all of those put together, right? We've got the scrubbers, got the bouncers, and we've got the coming in with that brand new information. That's what we need in our bodies.
And we believe when you talk about monoterpenes, or the reprogramming, they're reprogramming your cellular memory in God's image the way He intended.
Love that.
Yeah.
Missy, I forgot the sesquiterpene slide.
Oh, did you lose it?
No,
I guess.
it was right before this one.
Right before monoterpenes.
I
There.
put them in order of cleansers, deprogrammers, reprogrammers. But when you use the acronym PMS, they switch them just to make it easier to remember.
Sorry, I could barely hear. I heard at the very end what you said.
The slide before this one is sesquiterpenes. I put them in the order of the cleansers,
Oh, right.
deprogrammers, and then reprogrammers.
Right. That's why Missy was saying PMS helps us remember, but it's not the correct order.
Yeah, it's not the correct order, but we tend to remember just little simple acronym changes like that.
That makes sense. And normally, I don't, I can't even like close a chemistry class with just a handful of oils, but I couldn't pass up sharing this because I felt like this is just a really sweet deal with some really great oils in it. And it is, they're saying that it's not permanent as of right now. So a limited time bundle, but really great option for the summertime. So whether you are brand new or not yet a customer, of course, get with whoever invited you to this call. This particular bundle, there's several bundles, but this one created for the summertime for skin. It has some great oils, lavender and peppermint, which they mentioned tonight, as well as a few others. It has the Lavaderm after sun spray and the lavender lip balm. And I love that diffuser. It's porcelain. It's really pretty, but just wanted to share that in case you didn't know that was out. Missy and David, thank you so much. I feel like this is just like a little peek into chemistry. And I want to end with, this is the book, by the way, The Chemistry of Essential Oils Made Simple. So simple. Thank you, Dr. David Stewart. Just like 500 pages of simplicity. This is a wonderful book. This is one of the textbooks for the chemistry part of care. I wanted to end with reading just this little section from chapter 2. If you have this book, this is bottom of page 59, but this is talking about the role of essential oils that act as regulators. So it says, essential oils act as plant hormones, regulating plant functions and orchestrating the production of vitamins and enzymes. They act as messengers and supervisors within the plant that help coordinate and initiate vital plant activities. Essential oils can do the same when applied to humans. They can act as neurotransmitters, peptides, steroids, hormones, enzymes, vitamins, and other message-carrying molecules called ligands, which intelligently assist our bodily functions and help to restore or maintain wellness. Essential oils possess homeostatic intelligence. So remember that phrase. Homeostasis is the state where every vital biological process within a living organism is functioning as it should be. It is a state of perfect wellness. Essential oils always work towards restoring and maintaining balance and homeostasis, first in the plants who create them, and then in the humans who apply them. Last part right here. To say that an essential oil works towards balance and homeostasis means that the same oil can work in different directions depending on the needs of the plant or the person. This is so cool. This is intelligent design. This is not able to be made in a lab right here. Okay, so here's a few examples. Oregano oil will kill hostile microbes while nurturing those that are friendly. That's incredible. Do you hear what I'm saying? It can attack hostile microbes while nurturing the ones that are friendly. That is intelligent design. Angelica oil, it can stimulate your uterus to contract or relax it depending on the need. This is a go-to for me for birth. It knows exactly what the body needs to do. Myrtle oil. Myrtle is an adaptogen and can stimulate an increase or a decrease in thyroid activity depending on a person's condition. Drugs are incapable of such intelligent discriminations and act only in pre-programmed directions like robots, whether they're beneficial or not. So essential oils, they're intelligent. And I say this because I feel like sometimes when you sit in on a chemistry class, you're trying to absorb, it can, hopefully not, but it can sometimes cause a little fear, like, wait, am I doing this right? Can I mess this up? You can't mess it up because that's how God made it. It's going to find the parts of your body that need that balance, that homeostasis. It's going to work. A really simple example I can give you of like peppermint oil is our family has used it if we're going to the bathroom too much. And we've also used it when we're not going enough. Does that make sense? It's not going to cause one or the other, but it's just going to bring your body back into homeostasis. So have no fear. They are smart. They are smarter than us. They know what your needs are in the body. And the best thing we can do is use them and use them a lot and use them every single day.
Yep.
So I hope that helps. Thank you, Missy and David, so much for your time and your wisdom. I'll go ahead and stop the recording and leave I know we're late for our next webinar, but leave just 2 minutes if anyone has questions. And happy birthday, Missy. Thanks for joining us. And you too, David. I mean, just a day late, but that was wonderful. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And